Decide the statements by choosing the appropriate options. Dash founded the Red Cross Society at Rajkot. Dr. Rakhmabai Janardhan Save. Dash was the president of Mill Workers Union at Amalner. Sane Guruji. The president of the first session of AITUC was Dash. Lala Lajpat Rai. Write short notes on social work of Vittal Ramji Shinde. In 1906, Maharshi Vittal Ramji Shinde started the depressed classes mission for the progress of the Dalits. The important part of their work was to make the Dalits self-respectful, well-educated and engaged in work, while the second part of their work was to destroy the Dalisji ideas regarding Dalits in the minds of the upper castes. For this purpose, he founded Marathi schools, work schools in parts of Parel, Deonar in Mumbai. He actively took part for the benefit of Dalit class regarding Satyagraha, for entry in Parvati Temple at Pune, Shetkari Parishad of Dalits, Federal Electorate, etc. Reforms of Rajarshi Shahu Maharaj in the state of Kolhapur. Rajarshi Shahu Maharaj made revolutionary declaration for reservation in state of Kolhapur. He made a law for free and compulsory primary education. He did substantial work for abolition of caste discrimination. There were 3 restrictions put up in the caste system: prohibition of interdining with certain castes, Roti Bandi; prohibition of intercaste marriages, Beti Bandi; prohibition of pursuing certain occupation, Vyavasai Bandi. In this regards, during meetings and conferences, Shahu Maharaj ate food from the hands of Dalit people and overthrew the restrictions on interdining. Shahu Maharaj believed that till the restriction on intermarriage is followed, till then the caste distinction will not be uprooted. He passed the Act of Intercaste Marriage and gave it a legal acceptance in his state. On 22 February 1918, he abolished the Balutadari system by publishing a declaration in the Government Gazette of the state of Kolhapur. Explain the following statements with reasons. The government decided to crush down the communist movement. In 1925, the Communist Party was formed in India. The work of building militant organizations of workers and peasants was done by the young communists. The British government started feeling the danger of communist movement. Therefore, the government decided to crush down the communist movement. Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar started newspapers like Muknayak, Ayushkut Bharat, etc. The struggle of the Dalits began under Satyagraha at the Chaudhar Lake in Mahad, the leadership of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar. He aimed at establishing a society based on principles of liberty, equality and fraternity. He intended to carry out a movement based on self-respect. Newspaper was an integral part of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar's movement. To create awakening in the society and to voice out their grief, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar started newspapers like Muknayak, Ayushkut Bharat, Janta, Samata, etc. There aroused the need of nationwide workers' union. In the later half of 19th century, textile mills, railway companies and such industries were started in India. The workers' group had not aroused on large scale, but in this period, efforts were made to solve the problems of the workers. Therefore, there aroused the need of nationwide workers' union. Answer the following questions in brief. Why was the struggle for equality important in the making of modern India? In the progress of modern India, struggle for political freedom was important. This struggle was based on broad philosophy of man's emancipation. Therefore, in the course of this struggle, along with political dependence, there was opposition to things like feudalism, social inequality, economic exploitation. Like freedom, the principle of equality is very important. From that point of view, the contribution of movements built up by various social groups such as farmers, workers, women, Dalits, etc., as well as the stream of socialism giving importance to equality proves to be significant. Write about the work of Sane Guruji in Eastern Khandesh. In 1938, the crops in Eastern Khandesh were destroyed due to heavy rains. The condition of the farmers was miserable. In order to get the land revenue waived, Sane Guruji organized meetings and processions at many places. He took out marches on the collector office. The peasants participated in large numbers in the revolutionary period of 1942. was the struggle built up by workers decisive for the national movement. The beginning of the 19th century witnessed the emergence of working class due to industrialization. They made efforts to solve their problems. During the anti-partition movement, workers carried out strikes from time to time to pressurize the British government. The tea plantation workers in Assam launched an agitation against their rest condition. During the anti-partition movement, workers carried out strikes from time to time in support of Swadeshi. In 1928, Mill Workers Union went on strike for 6 months. Many such strikes were organized by the railway workers, jute mill workers, etc. Discuss the nature of reform movement related to women. In the Indian social system, women were given secondary position. Due to many evil practices, they were subjected to injustice. But during the modern period, there was an awakening against it. Some of the male reformers took initiative in the reform movement related to women. In the course of time, women leaders started coming forward for the issues such as right to inheritance, right to vote, etc. Women had to struggle through the medium of these organizations. During the 20th century, participation of women in public life began to increase. Women's participation in the national movement and revolutionary work was significant. After the Act of 1935, women were included in the provincial ministries as well.